Wastelanders, to another settlement video. Today we are at Spectacle Island, and what you are seeing in front of you is a, close as I could get, reproduction of Shawshank Prison from the movie and book Shawshank Redemption. This is actually based off of an actual location. This is Ohio State Reformatory, at least one of the names that it's gone under. Originally built, I believe, in the 1800s, and it's been around for a very, very long time, and that's where they filmed a lot of the movie there, Shawshank Redemption. As I'd mentioned in previous videos, I'm going to be building a whole bunch of famous movie and TV locations, and this is the one that's going to start it off, basically. Absolutely love the movie, read the book, loved it too. So yeah, let's get into this and take a look at what we got going on here. So as you can see, we are at a couple of boats here on the dock. This is not part of the movie because the movie does not take place on an island, not even close. But I needed a large location to build at, and this is one of the, actually I think this is the largest location you can build at in the game. I also used a modification to flatten out the land so that I can actually build this place without having to be into too many issues and making it, you know, sky high with the foundation starting way up there and then coming down this way. If you're familiar with Spectacle Island, you know that basically it starts out over there and just keeps getting higher and higher and higher till you get to about there, which is where the workshop is located, and then from there it kind of goes back down. And the Brahmin disappeared. Anyway, I needed, yes, as much flat space as I could possibly get to build this, and tried to be as faithful as I could in reproducing it. Of course, I had to take a few artistic liberties here and there, but yeah, so here we go. So out front here we have, as I mentioned, some docks. This is how the staff and the guards, etc., can come to the island. This is mostly for the warden and some of the office people. You'll understand why as we get on into this build. There's actually a whole separate place for the guards, basically. So yeah, the building architecture for Ohio State Reformatory is actually very, very unique. It seems to be a thing that here in America, when they were building a lot of prisons and whatnot in the 1800s, they all wanted to go for some sort of castle-type design, and that's kind of what is going on here. You can see we've got some sort of towers that in the original design actually had some peaked roofs on them. They actually did have kind of a castle wall-type thing going on here with like a little bit of a courtyard. I don't know in what year, but they actually tore down the walls that were here, left this nice little entryway, and left it all nice and open, as you can see here. And so, yes, in the real design, they have a couple of buildings like this sticking out. Basically, like I said, it's very, very castle-like. So let's go ahead and take a look on the inside and see what we got going on here. So we have, of course, the main entryway here. Sort of kind of a church steeple type thing going on up there, which will make more sense as we get on into the build. So let's just pick a doorway and go head on into it. All the mods that I use to build this will be listed in the description below, but for the most part the entirety was built using Snappy Builds, or Snappy Housekit, whatever it's called. I just refer to it as Snappy Builds, but yeah, the majority of it was done using that. For the building itself, not really so much for the decorations. So, come over in here, we have a couple of guards just hanging out right here in front, doing their thing. That guy's typing, that guy's writing. You know, basic decorations. Love these little added things from some of the mods where you can actually have them interacting and doing things. This guy is supposed to have a different hat. I was messing around with hats, and all of them pretty much have this hat with their little blue suit uniforms. Trying to make them look a little more official. Over in here, some more office space. These are the types of buildings that I didn't really know what the inside looked like, so I just kind of went off of some of the things that you could see in the movie, and again, I took some artistic liberties. Heading on up in here, this is the little office here where Red, played by Morgan Freeman, was appealing to the board, trying to get parole. It was basically like a little empty room with a table, a couple of chairs, and a little ceiling fan. And simple enough, does the job, and gets us the look we're going for. So we'll head back over into the building that we originally came in and go ahead and see what we got going on upstairs up there. Again, just some more office space. Like I said, I don't really know what these buildings are, other than, you know, administrative buildings, so I don't really know the layouts. There are actually some videos on YouTube here of people taking tours of this place. You can actually go take a tour of it, walk through the entire place for the most part, to see what it looks like, and you get some history. There's actually more movies than just Shawshank Redemption that were filmed there. So, heading right over here, we have the master staircases, which I tried to reproduce from the movie as best I could. They're a little more centered, but kind of the same idea, where you got two staircases that come up and meet into another section up here. And this is actually the warden's office, up behind there anyway. This is where his secretary is stationed. That's where she hangs out. And right inside here we have the warden's office. Got his little desk here, some decorations, got a nice little fireplace for him, bookshelves, and right over here we'll enter into workshop mode. Right behind there we have the safe where he keeps all his books and whatnot, and as you can see, he's dealing here in gold. So we know from the movie and the book he's a very, very shifty character, and so yeah, we got his nice little office hanging out up in here. So let's go ahead and head on down, and now we can actually enter into the prison itself.
Easy living, this ain't.
So back in here we have another little security room here, guarded by a couple of snazzy looking little dudes. And of course you cannot
Terminal's gotta be somewhere.
get in and out without logging into the terminal.
How many blisters I got?
This I just kind of powered by a couple of makeshift batteries, so let's go ahead and see if we can open the door here. We'll go ahead and unlock the security gate. And now, whoops, too many buttons. There we go.
Another day of hard work.
Now we can get in and out of the
Never
prison.
changes.
So directly in here, of course, as you can see, we have the clinic. We've got some medicines and whatnot on the shelves, some beds, basically what you would see, you know, in any type of clinic or hospital area for a prison. We've got some stored blood here in the fridge, and a whole bunch of other different things. Most of this is provided by Creative Clutter and a few other mods that give me some of these like fully stocked shelves and whatnot. Stuff that I've done in like a million times in all the videos I've done. Up there we've got our little library that we'll be headed up to in a moment. Right over here we have the cafeteria. And we even have ourselves a little buffet, or buffet as you must actually call it. These are all steaming and heated, ready to go. That's actually a glitch, which I'll show you how I did that. If we take this away, you can actually see there is some grills in there that are part of some other decorations that I use, and I just kind of glitch them in there to make the smoke and the steam kind of come up and make it look like they're actually functioning. Basic cafeteria, nothing too much in here, just you know, a whole bunch of cafeteria style tables, all with the amenities that you might need. They shouldn't really have silverware because those are basically weapons, but whatever. So this is one of the main prison blocks. You're probably going to pop up some pictures right about now so you can see what the actual prison blocks look like, so you can see how close I got this to actually modeling after what the actual prison looks like. Initially, the real prison wasn't actually such a bad place. They had this whole thing where they would take in criminals, put them into an 18-month stint where they would actually help reform them. They would teach them a trade, and then, oh, look at that, we actually have a prisoner. Teach them a trade and send them out into the real world, and they had a very good high success rate with that. And it wasn't until many years later, when things started getting really overcrowded, that the place just basically went to hell. Yeah, some more blocks, cell blocks down this way. We have different levels for all of them. Each side goes up 3 whole levels, and I put security walls around everything so that just in case nobody can throw somebody over the ledge and kill them and whatnot. So Inside each cell, we got the basic amenities, a bed, table, chair, and toilet and sink. So we'll head back down over this way, and then as you can see, we have another separate stairwell leading up to the main block here. Again, we got 3 floors. Each prison cell is decorated basically exactly the same. There's only maybe one exception there. Actually, let me just turn on God mode so that we don't have this guy huffing and puffing in your ears. I have the perk that allows you to run around while you're over encumbered, and because I'm doing a lot of building, I have like several thousand million pounds of different things all piled into me in my inventory so that I can continue to build. As you can see, we have a little church thing going on up there, which we'll be headed to in a moment. Right here we have Brooks Library. We have a whole bunch of bookshelves, magazines, a little globe over there, a little station over here for listening to some of your Hank Williams records and whatnot. If you're familiar with the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Could have just kept piling in a whole bunch of bookshelves in here, but kind of gets boring when it's the same old one just repeating over and over and over again. Kind of limited on that, and don't feel like downloading thousands of mods just to get different types of bookshelves, so just kept it simple. And down over here we have the lavatory, which is where the showers and the gang you know what can take place, so make sure that you have your chastity belt and don't drop the soap. So we have some makeshift drains that I used, or made using some weird decorations from one of the different mods I have. I can actually show you which one uses that. We'll head on straight over to that one, because it's kind of this one here, the Kuro tab. Very useful mod for a whole bunch of different things, and just some random decorations. These are actually hubcaps, but if I didn't say that, you would think they just kind of looked like shower drains. Over here we have towels and change of clothes, you know, basic stuff you would find in any shower place. And so again, don't drop the soap. So over here, more cells, more cells. This one here actually has some decorations in it because this is the cell of Andy Dufresne. Here's his little chessboard he's working on and his little girly poster to hide the hole. Unfortunately, I could not build a escape tunnel for him. I had thought about it. I'd been talking with a bunch of people on Facebook, the Fallout Facebook fan pages, and one of you guys had come up with the idea about doing such a thing, and I couldn't, just because of the way this whole thing is laid out, and normally I would do it with some sort of hole in the ground or something, but because I had flattened basically all of Spectacle Island, there's no basement space or anything like that under the floors. Like the ground is literally just below us, so it is what it is. Again, I couldn't do everything 100% perfect. So over here, up these flight of stairs, we have the guards' security tower, filled with all their guns, their ammo. We have some window space up here so that if things got really bad, they can hold up in here and shoot if need be. Again, just another little artistic liberty that I took. This room is the room where they basically process all the incoming prisoners. Got a desk here where they check your name, your info, and then over here we have a container full of boiling hot water where they basically spray you down with the hose there and give you your little prison issue suits and basically send you on your way after they clean you up and delouse you. So, this is the prisoner entryway. We've got a long gated walkway here, and I also rebuilt the house here that's normally on Spectacle Island. Again, if you're familiar with the location, you know that there's basically like 1/4 of a house here. I used Snappy Builds again to basically build it as to what I felt it should look like. There's really no telling you exactly what this whole entire house looked like, so I just, you know, threw some walls up and decorated it and made it my own little thing. So down here, this is the docks where everything comes in. As you know from this vanilla game, these docks down here do not exist. That house does, but I put in this. Got ourselves a nice little security boat with very heavy-duty gun in case they have to go chasing people down. And this, of course, here is how they get the prisoners to the island. We have a little barge here with a cell, fully locked-in cage, and they bring the prisoners here on these little seats and bring them up towards the island. And so right in here we just have nothing, just a basic little boat room for driving a thing. I didn't put a steering wheel or anything in there. Actually, I could have. There's one of the mods that I have does offer that as a decoration, and honestly didn't even think of it. But anyway, yeah, we got some spotlights up in here, some more decorations. I've mentioned that in my build for Red Rocket Truck Stop. You have varying degrees as to what angle those spotlights point at, and so I threw a whole bunch of them down over in here too, pointing at all different types of directions. And so, like I said, as the prisoners come in, they get walked up this way and straight into the prison. So now if you're wondering about the house over here, why we have a gate, let's go ahead and take a look inside there. So if you go inside that gate, and come in this gate and ignore the blood, because that's normally where there's a dead body when you first come to Spectacle Island. And let's go ahead and head on inside. So in here we have living room, kitchen, dining room area, and just some basic bookshelves and amenities and a whole bunch of decorations and stuff for people to do. This is where the guards live. Because we are on an island, the guards are shipped in and spend anywhere from a couple of weeks to a month at a time doing their shift, and so they come here to sleep on rotating shifts, and then after their time is up they go back to the mainland and then come back as time is needed. And I have no idea why that's glitching like that. Interesting. Anywho, this is the entertainment room. We have some poker, we have some little kids racetrack there. I don't know why, I just decided to throw that in there. Darts, we got pool. And right up here on the third floor is where they all sleep. So like I said, this is where the guards come and stay for you know, a couple of weeks to a month at a time to do their little shift, and then they get off for a couple of weeks and so on and so forth. Oh, we also have bowling. I forgot about this. I made a little makeshift bowling alley. Can't interact with it, unfortunately. It's just purely decorative. And so, yeah, this is the guard's house. And again, another little walkway out here. And then they can also head this way for those that need to go to the guard towers. We also have a nice little water tower there, supplying water to the people on the island. So, yeah, we have some guard towers here. Did not put any decorations in them, just made them solely decorative themselves. Didn't bother putting any weapons in here, and didn't even station any guards in here. Didn't want to put too many people on it, because with the more people you put in, the more frame rate drops we would have. And over here we have some guard towers up on the roof. Don't ask me how they get in and out of these spaces here, they just do. I built them and set up a few guys as guards for the front desk, and one of the next times I logged into the game, they just happened to work their way all the way up here, and so that's what they do. And now I got myself stuck because this is kind of a funky angle, so we'll pick that up, get rid of it, and drop down in here. And so we have the yard. This is where a lot of the movie took place. Guys just hanging out in the yard talking. We do have some prisoners in here keeping themselves busy doing some gardening and whatnot. That was the only way I could really keep them still and in one place, was to actually give them a job to do. So this is all fenced in. Then again, we have the guard towers with all the lights. We have lights all around the entire building so that everybody can be kept an eye on. So, as I mentioned, I had used a mod to flatten the island. This is the only corner here that kind of dipped down and messed things up when I was putting my wall up. So actually this is all artificial. As we go into the menu, you can see all this here. These are all big chunks of land and rock and whatnot that I can pick up and move around. And I bled it all in, because otherwise I would have to redo my entire wall and shorten it, and just didn't want to do that. The guard towers, those are not pre-made. If you're wondering where they came from, I actually made them myself. I used Snappy Builds, and if you go into Snappy Builds and the bunker section, you can actually get this lower section in here, and then I just built the walls around them. So that was all me. Again, it's not something you can download. You actually have to make them from scratch if you wanted to do that. And as I said, the mod that you want to use is Snappy Builds. As you can see, I filled in some of the rock down in here and got some big chunks of land and whatnot all up in there to basically fit everything in place. And so now we're going to go take a look at the last part of the building that I had kind of shown, but we didn't go into because it was the last part of the building that I put together. The reason for that was because I didn't know what to do with the space until I was actually watching a video here on YouTube of somebody who had done a tour of the place and shown what that whole section of the building was for, and I couldn't believe that I hadn't thought of doing it myself, and so now we actually are going to go take a look at the chapel. We actually have a cross going in there, and this is actually a close enough reproduction of what you would see if you actually go into the place. They actually had balconies up in there and a whole bunch of pews so that they can get all the prisoners all up in here and, you know, Sunday church. And so I initially was just going to leave this space empty because I just could not figure out what in the world to do with it until I had seen one of those videos and saw that they actually had a church set up in here, and so that was actually pretty cool. And so that was what I did is I reproduced that and put some entryways on both sides so that every Sunday as they all come filing up into the place, they are all set. And so there you go. This is Shawshank Prison, or Ohio State Reformatory. I'm going to stick with Shawshank because that's how I knew it first. And absolutely, like I said, loved the architecture of the building, and it's very sad that it had such a dramatically bad ending to it, with a whole bunch of prisoners being killed and whatnot. And I think they actually even started a class action lawsuit and won and got the prison closed. So let's go ahead and get a little aerial view of the place so you can see just how big this entire settlement is, taking up pretty much almost the entire island. I would say probably about 2/3 of the island is taken up just by this entire prison here. And as you can see, the grand scale of things, this actually took me quite a long time to build. Just the scale of it and trying to get everything to look as accurate and as close to the actual physical location as possible. So a lot of time spent in this one. I hope you all really enjoyed it. As I've mentioned before, I'm going to be making some of my settlements available to download. You'll have to be on computer in order to do that, and this is actually going to be one of the settlements that I'm going to make available. Not sure when exactly. It's something I'm currently working on. At the time, when the time comes when I actually do that, I am going to do a walkthrough video to show you exactly how you can do this. In order to do it, you're basically going to have the same exact mods that I am using in order to do this, including the land flattening mod, basically everything. As far as doing the building anyway, the decorations, if you want to leave that up to yourself, you know, that's up to you. You can get the same decorating mods if you want everything to be an exact replica of what you see here. So, but yeah, as time goes on, I'm going to be making them available. This is going to be the first one that I do. And when I do, I'll be making some channel announcements about it and be doing a video describing exactly how to do it from start to finish. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I have plenty more awesome TV and movie location videos coming up. We got Ghostbusters, Bates Motel, a little surprise one that I haven't mentioned to anybody. A little hint on that is Have Mercy. Yes, lame, but you know, whatever. So anyway, that one will be coming up, and we've also got Beetlejuice. The house from Beetlejuice is coming up. Don't forget, also, there's the little hidden Easter egg in the game that if you haven't found, you've got to go back and look for. For those of you that have been interested in that kind of stuff, I'm going to actually put up a picture of what you're looking for right now. Or maybe now, or now. Oh, no, there it is. There's the little sucker. So, yeah, and as you can see, it's the award for worst settlement ever. So, yeah, if you guys are interested in doing the whole Easter egg hunt, go ahead and see if you can find out exactly where that is. And